pala naka-record. Okay. Saan na yan? Okay, yun na. Discrete, exact. No? Kapag sinabi namang continuous, ito yung may mga decimal point. No? Yung pwedeng mag-count sa pagitan ng whole number, ng dalawang whole number. For example, height, weight, time are continuous variables since they may contains decimal numbers. No? Bali, thumbs up po tayo kung nag-gets natin yung discrete and continuous. Napakadali naman yan intindihin. Okay. Sensya na paputol-putol kasi lalamunan ko eh. Okay. A statistical table, no, used to organize the data and which can also help us to display the data graphically. No? A frequency distribution table. Ayan, statistical data yan. Pwedeng chart, pwedeng graph, pwedeng etc. No? Yeah. Ayun tinatawag na statistical table. Next, frequency distribution table. A type of statistical table that deals with the frequency or the numbers of occurrence of a given variable for a certain experimental unit. No? Yan. Parts of a simple frequency distribution table. Category, pwedeng numbers or pwedeng category. For example, gender, male tsaka female. The frequency, yun. Then yung frequency, tatutusan lang natin kung ilan yung lalaki, ilan yung babae doon. Relative frequency, kukunin natin yung decimal nung mga frequency na nakuha natin. Mamaya mas malalaman natin yan. Then percentage, i-multiply mo lang si relative frequency sa 100. No? Number 1, category, column is the thing being considered. Number 2, the frequency is the number of times each category appear on the data set. Number 3 is the portion or of measurement relative to the total sample. To get the relative frequency, divide the frequency of a fruit by the total frequency. Note that the total of all the relative frequencies must be equal to 1. Ayan. Kasi di ba, kaya may fruit dito, kasi di ba yung example natin kanina is 20 students, then may mili sila ng kanilang preference na fruit, no? Ayan. Okay. Number 4, the percentage is the portion of measurement relative to the total sample of total sample in hundreds, no? Kasi 100% naman talaga ang percentage. Okay, example natin, kanina meron tayong 4 na bananas, 4 apples, 2 bananas, 3 grapes, 4 mangoes, 4 oranges, then 3 strawberries, no? Then dapat yung frequency is maging 20 kasi nga 20 students. Then relative frequency, i-divide daw natin yung mga frequency sa total number of data. For example, apple, 4 divided by 20. Ang lalabas doon is 0.20. Then kapag ginawa natin yung percentage, i-multiply natin sa 100 or mag-move lang tayo ng 2 decimal places to the right. Then add percentage sign. Ayan. Ulit tayo. 4 divided by 20, ang lalabas is 0.20. Ayun po yung relative frequency. Kapag relative frequency, it deals with the decimal numbers. Then kapag percentage, magmumultiply tayo ng 100 or magmove tayo ng 2 decimal papuntang kanan. No? Wait lang. Natapos yung ano natin. Yeah. Then mag-a-add na lang tayo ng percentage sign. Okay. Gets po natin kung paano ginagawa yung frequency distribution table. Thumbs up nga po tayo kung na-gets. Kapag hindi na-gets, magsabi agad. Kapag hindi na-gets, magsabi agad. Sinong hindi nakaka-gets? Okay, ibig sabihin, wala. Ibig sabihin, lahat nakagets, no? Next. Ayan. Titignan natin kung ang given is continuous or discrete, no? Letter A, ano po? Tenerife. Tenerife. Andiyan po si Tenerife? Apable. Apable na lang.
The number of grade 7 student absences in given class.
Okay.
Discrete variable.
Okay, discrete.
Countable po.
Kasi whole number siya, hindi siya pwedeng maging decimal, no? Ayan. Body mass index, ano po siya? Ayan. Sino yung mga ano? Wait lang. May mga pumasok pa. Ayan. Okay. Body mass index. Hello. Ayan. Body mass index, continuous kasi magkakaroon tayo ng decimal point, no? The number of students per class. Discrete kasi hindi naman pwede magkaroon ng decimal kapag number of students ang pinag-uusapan. Then, the average height of students in a given class. Average height, kapag sinabing height, pwede magkaroon ng percentage. Kapag percentage, continuous. Kahipe, letter E, kahipe. Nakahipe. Ayan, continuous kasi weight. Kapag weight, pwedeng magkaroon ng decimal, kaya continuous. Ayan, next. Ayan. A and C, discrete variables. B, D, and E is continuous. Number 2, ayan, meron tayong ungrouped data dito. After a survey, Anika gathered the data about the fruit preference, ganun pa rin, presented in the table below. Pero 15 na lang siya. 15 na lang yung respondents niya. How many of each fruit are there in the data gathered? 15. Create a frequency distribution table of the data gathered. No? A, count the frequency per fruit. Bali, meron tayong 5 apple, meron tayong 6 na oranges, meron tayong 2 banana, then meron tayong 2 mangoes. Ayan. Ayan, okay. Bali, nakuha na natin yung category na fruit, then nakuha na natin yung frequency. Paano ulit natin makukuha si relative frequency? Morales.
The number of apples divide in the total.
Ayun. For example, apple. I-divide mo siya sa 15 kasi total number ng preferences natin or yung respondents natin is 15. Bali, 5 over 15. Kapag orange naman, 6 over 15. Kapag banana naman, 2 over 15. Mango, 2 over 15. Ayan. Skip natin to kasi madali lang to eh. Ayan. 5 over 15, 0.34. 6 over 15, 0.40. 2 over 15, 0.13. 2 over 15, 0.13. Ayan. Paano naman natin makukuha si percentage? Okay, Bonilla.
Move two decimals to the right or multiply the relative frequency by 100.
Okay. Pwedeng dalawang method ang gagamitin natin. I-multiply natin sa 100, then mag-a-add tayo ng percent sign. Yung isa naman, mag-move tayo ng 2 decimal places to the right, papuntang kanan, then add percent sign. No? Bali 34, 0.34 magiging 34%. 0.40 magiging 40%. Yung dalawang 0.13 magiging 13% parehas. Then kapag inad nyo, dapat ang lalabas is ilan? Ilan po? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay. Ayan. Thumbs up po tayo kung nagets natin si kung paano gagawin si frequency distribution table. Ayan. Okay. Very good. Wait lang. Okay. Key points natin, variables, no? Variables, hindi pwedeng para-parehas. Ito yung characteristics ng inoobserbahan natin or ginagawa natin sa study, no? Experimental unit, it can be a person, animal, or object. Qualitative variable, quality and characteristics at tinitingnan natin. Kapag sinabi naman quantity, it deals with numerical value. Discrete, whole number, walang decimal. Kapag continuous, may decimal, no? Pabago-bago may decimal. A statistical table used to organize the data. Ang pinakamagandang example nito is frequency distribution table. Then frequency distribution table, a type of statistical data that deals with the frequency, no? The frequency, the relative frequency, and the percentage. Then mga parts of simple frequency distribution table, category, frequency, relative frequency, and percentage. Lesson 3, last lesson. Saglit na lang to. Saglit na lang. Kasi wala kayong pasok sa Thursday, kailangan natin pag-aralan ngayon. No? Thursday ang next meeting natin. Para sa Thursday, offline na lang. Gagawa na lang kayo. At the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to correctly use different graphs for their specific purposes and properly create graph based on the given data. Number 1, bar graph uses the height or length of the bar to represent how often a particular category was observed, no? Bali, ginagamit natin to para makita natin kung gaano kadalas, no, yung isang category doon sa doon sa data na nakalap natin. Example, to draw a bar graph, plot the frequency against the categories as shown in the figure. Sa horizontal, sa vertical is the frequency. Then sa horizontal naman is the categories, no? Ayan, bar graph. Gaano kadalas yung apple, gaano kadalas yung mango, gaano kadalas yung orange, no? Yan po ang pinagagamitan ng bar graph. Then pie chart naman, circular graph that shows how the categories are distributed, no? Parang paano na di-distribute yung gaano kadalas na di-distribute yung data doon sa pie chart. Kung makikita natin dito, nilagyan na ng kulay, yung pula, apple, yung green, yung dilaw, banana, yung grapes, violet, then yung green, mango, yung orange, syempre orange, no? Then strawberry, pink, no? Ayan, bali, nakikita natin dyan kung ilang percent yung apple, ilang percent yung bananas, ilang percent yung grapes, no? Ginagamit natin ng pie chart to show how the categories are distributed. Next. Wait. Tagal lang. Yan. You may color your pie chart to distinguish the categories from each other, no? Para malaman natin yung iba't ibang categories doon sa isang data na nag-gather natin. Line graph. Yan. Bali, yung line graph, puro dot lang siya. Then, ang nagko-connecta sa kanya is line. Kaya nga tinawag na line graph. No? Uses dots and lines to discern a pattern or trend that could continue into the future. No? Yeah. Ito. Okay. Next is the histogram. Resembles a bar graph and show how often measurements fall in a particular class or sub-interval. No? Choose the number of classes, usually between 5 to 20 to be used. The more data you have, the more classes you should use. No? Ang kaibahan niya sa bar graph, ang histogram is nakagroup na yung mga data natin. Makikita niyo dito sa baba, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, nakagroup na siya. Doon sa bar graph, paisa-isa lang, no? Napakatagal nun. Kapag histogram, ayun na, nakagroup na siya. Okay, next. And to construct a histogram, we must construct a frequency distribution table for group data. Paano natin kinukuha? Calculate the class width using the formula. Range. Ano ba ang range? May nakakaalala ba kung paano computein ang range? Nakakaalala? Sino nakakaalala? Okay, paano computein ang range? Ima-minus nyo lang yung highest score to lowest score. Then, ilan yung desired numbers of classes na gusto nyo. Kaya po mamimili nun. Then, highest value minus lowest value. Ayun yung range. Bali, kapag nakuha nyo na yung class width, pwede na kayong gumawa ng frequency distribution table. Yan. Record the number of scores or frequency that falls under each class interval. Kapag sinabing class interval, ito yung kanina nakikita natin 1 to 10, 11 to 20. Yung group na nakikita natin, ayun po yung class interval. Construct a statistical table containing the classes, class interval, frequencies, and relative frequency. Yan. Ayan. Next is ogive, no? A cumulative frequency graph. Malalaman niyo itong ogive kapag measures of central tendency, the mean, median, and mode. Pero ngayon wala pa to. Siguro next week, ito na yung topic natin. Ogive. Ayan. Ayan. For example, Mr. De La Cruz wanted to present his monthly sales in an easier way for his boss. No? The frequency distribution table is presented below. If his boss wanted him to present it using bar graph, what would his graph look like? Ayan. Siyempre, gagawa kayo ng bar graph. No? Ayan. Meron tayong categories. Ang categories is nasa horizontal line or yung pahigang linya. Then, yung frequency is nandoon sa horizontal line. Ayan, tignan natin dito. Ayan. Okay. To draw a bar graph, plot the frequency against the categories as shown in the graph. Yung nasa baba, ito, yung linya sa baba, yung apple, orange, banana, and mango, sila yung horizontal line, no? Yan. Yung categories. Then, yung frequency naman, yung nakapatayo, yan, yung 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, sila yung frequency. Frequency against the categories. The vertical and the horizontal. Next. Jeremy's boss wanted to know and see more easily if the sales for their mangoes increase or decrease. Given the data below, show whether the sale increase or decrease across months. No? Tingnan natin kung tumaas ba o bumaba yung sales nila doon sa mga month na given. Solution. Meron tayong January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Then meron tayong mga sales na 10, 12, 14, 15, 9, 20, and 10. The given data is an example of the time series. It is a series that depends on a given time frame. Recall the line graph. Di ba pag line graph, ang sabi kanina doon, balikan natin ha. Line graph. Using dots, no? Yan. Using dots and lines to discern a pattern or trend that could continue into the future. Future ang pinag-uusapan natin. Bali doon, sa example natin, ayan, saan na? Ayan. Sales niya ng mga buwan, no? Ng bawat buwan. Bali, ang magiging line graph natin is January. Meron tayong 10. Pero hindi nakita yung dot, no? Medyo ano to. Dapat makikita yung dot. Kasi line graph eh. Gumagamit tayo ng dot, no? Bali sa 10, dapat may dot dyan. Then, 12 sa pagitan ng 10 tsaka 15, medyo baba. Then, 14, medyo taas sa pagitan ng 10 tsaka 15 ulit, pero medyo taas kasi 14, malapit sa 15. Then, 15 kapag April. Then, 9, bumaba. May. Then, umakyat ng June 20. Then, July 10. No? Ganyan po ang nangyayari sa line graph. No? Okay, key points natin. Bar graph uses the height or length of the bar to represent how often a particular category was observed. Pie chart, how the categories are distributed. No? Line graph, continue into the future. Histogram, may class interval na, may groupings na. Ogive, a cumulative frequency graph. Malalaman niyo to kapag measures of central tendency na tayo. Okay, tapos na. Okay, may nagets ba kayo? Baka wala kayo naintindihan ha. Okay, isa-isahin ko kasi mayroon pa tayong wala pang oras. Bali, sa Thursday, ang ibibigay ko na lang sa inyo yung gagawin ninyo. Assignment 1, Activity 1, Power. Assignment 1, Activity 1, Quiz 1, then Assignment number 1. 4 lang po. Pero, onti lang naman yan. Promise, onti lang yan. Okay, tsaka napakadali lang. Bibigay ko naman yung study guide, bibigay ko rin yung PowerPoint. No? Bahala na kayo kung mandadaya kayo o hindi. No? Kasi, okay. Bonilla, okay tayo doon? Okay tayo sa topics natin? Maayos naman ba? Sige. Okay. Sino to? Isa-isahin ko Mamaya, may tanong pala kayo. National.
Okay po, sir.
Okay. Next. Lakdan. Ito ko lang titignan. Lakdan, baka may tanong.
Wala po. May tanong po kayo.